Hello everyone. Today I am going to tell about my review toward the Korean drama Mr. Queen. Okay, let's get started. Mr. Queen is one of the newest South Korean drama. Mr. Queen it is the modern man who is transported back in the time to the Joseon era, where he inhabited the body of the queen Shin Hye-sung and get involved with the secretive king Kim Jong-hyun, who hid his intelligence and true personality. Shin Hyo-sing played the Jang Bon-hwang, who is the modern day chief and a man. He is the transported to the Joseon times, where he awakens in the body of the queen Kim So-young. As he struggled to get back home, he finds himself in the middle of the lords of the place intrigue. Kim Jong-hyun is the king Sileojong. He is the known as the puppet king, who only rules in name due to his limited power. He come off as not very bright, but in reality he is very smart and involved in many secretive happiness. Seo In is play Jo Hwai-jin, who is the Seo In is play Jo Hwai-jin, who is the king royal concubine. Then we have Na In O as Kim Buni, in which is the queen cousin that has harbored long time feeling for her. Finally, there is the Bai Jong, okay, as grand queen. Dawargan's son on who, while the great deal of the power over the king. Mr. Queen was very well received during its run, and I can see why it's lots of the fun with the plenty of laugh. There is also the nice helping of the people palace improved to balance things out. As is common with many historicals, it get more serious as its progress. It does keep the humors spring throughout though. Shin Hye-sung was made for this role. We get the cameo for Chi Jung-hyuk in the beginning of the drama as the modern Jang Bon-hwang, and then he continued as narrated Bon-hwang throughout as the queen in the past. The great thing was that Shin Hye-sung went all in for the role, and it was easy to picture Choi Jing-hyuk somewhere in there. Her manners were very funny, including her acting out blonde Wang's more manly personality with while in the queen body. She was incredibly endearing to watch. I wasn't sure how I felt about Chung Jung and So Young as a couple at first. They completely misunderstand each other and are pitted against one another. Plus, he is in love with his concubine, Huaijin. It was an interesting dynamic, and but I wasn't sure how I should feel about any potential romance between the king and the queen. I always give props to So that do things in a fresh way thought, and Mr. Queen certainly did that in the way it presented the relations between its characters. It added the nice complexity to everything. I did have some issue with its thought. Spoiler before the drama and in particular Shin Hye-sun did well at capturing Bon Hwang personality while inhabiting So Young body. This was mostly played for fun. The first half of the drama, which worked well, that combined with the dynamic at play in her relationship with the Cheong Jong, didn't allow me to really feel any chemistry between the pairs. Thought. Eventually, an incident allowed Bon Hwang to start regaining So Young's memory. The characters sort of slowly began to blend. Again, they did well with the transaction while still allowing Bon Hwang personality to remain as a prominent one. But even then, she still had a reluctance toward her feeling toward Chung Jong that was continued to be played for fun despite their depending relationship. We get pretty deep into the drama before things get really serious between the pair. It was nice to see play out, but it was a struggle to fully get on board with the romance. End of the spoiler. I did have a dash of second lead syndrome for our brooding hero Bayung in the very beginning. His feelings for Soyoung were so pure and he was of so much help to her. This lesson for me is the drama progress through spoiler. He ended up on the wrong side of things while trying to help Soyoung as well as teaming up with his corrupt fathers. He was also the robotic and misguided that I lost most of the connection I had initially formed with him. End of the spoiler. Watching our female lead up so young and how Jin goes at it was also very entertaining. They both have strong personalities and watching them was quite fun. Things do get pretty serious between them due to some big misunderstanding. As a side note, one of my favorite character was So Young's servant, Court Lady Chui. She was a delegate with her over the top expression as she did her best to support and protect our queen. She made me laugh so much. I also really love the friendship that formed between Soyoung, Court Lady Chui, and her maid Hong Yong. It was some interesting layers of complexity to it, but overall they were lots of the fun, and I enjoy seeing how close they became. Now from the ending, for the ending, the third of the drama lost some stream for me, so I was quite happy to see things get pretty serious in the last couple episodes with the plenty of the excitement. After the hard-fought battle, Cheojong is able to fully take his rightful place as king after he and So Young take down all of the baddies. But in the midst of this, Bon Huang is removed from Soyoung body and return to the present. His history gets a nice little wrap up there. Then we are left with the real Soyoung in control of her body, where she live happily even ever after with Chung Jung. I can't say I love it through, although they had a brief childhood connection, a brief adult connection, and she had deep feeling for him. Chu Jung didn't grow close to So Young and fell in love until Bon Huang took over her body. The connection formed was with Bon Huang. I know some of that was due to the real Soyoung feeling for him, but ultimately Boyoung was one in control. He eventually embraced those feelings and was the one who developed relationship with Cheoljong as well as everyone else in the place. And we didn't even see Soyoung very much to really get to know her. They tried to hint that Soyoung had some of Bon Huang left in her after switch, but it just didn't sit well with me. I already struggle with the romance because of the unique dynamic as play, but switching out Boyoung for Soyoung at the end when she wasn't who Chung Jong was actually in love with didn't make for happy ending for me. Everything did work out for the individual character through, so there is that at least. Overall, Mr. Kun was solid watch. It excellent with the humors and laugh with the Shin Hye Sung signing in her role as the queen. The place interview purpled the plot along quite well, though it did lose steam for me in the last third. I struggle with the actual romance too, but even then I found it fun to watch. Developed all in all, Queen is an entertaining watch with the fresh spin on the typical relationship dynamic we usually see it play combined with the good story to fresh thing out. My rating is 8 by 10. Thank you guys.